Good morning, everybody. I'm gonna just take a second while I wait for people to bounce on and find myself here on Facebook. For those of you who are new, my name is Colleen Light, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you from Kalama, Washington. So let me know if you've ever been to Kalama. We have a gorgeous port here. You've noticed the ships have really been going by lately. I'm just trying to get my lights set up a little bit. Oh my gosh, when it doesn't want to. Anyway, there we go. Let's see. It keeps kind of clicking off and on. I wonder what's going on. Well, you know, it always has to be something, doesn't it? Anyway, so today I have a fun card for you. Very, very fun. I'm going to try one more light and then, sorry about this. Normally I'm a lot more organized, but this has not been the organized week for me, let me tell you. It has been a week, just super busy. Super busy. Lucy, I don't know if you can even hear me. Lucy got up at 3:30 this morning. So let's see if this light will help us a little bit. Oh, maybe. Let's see. Maybe a little better. Oh, good morning, Jan. Good morning, Tammy. I know you've been to Kalama and the lighting is okay. Well, let me know how it is now because I just put on a bigger light. Anyway, I am really happy you could join me today. Super excited. I've got a fun card to show you. I hope you have seen this Lighting the Way bundle. I'm going to tell you just a little bit about it. So this bundle is super fun. It is in the current mini catalog. And if you buy it now, you can save 10% off of the total price. You can save 10% off of the price if you buy it in the bundle. Let me show you. Here it is in the catalog, page 18. In the bundle, you get to save 10% if you get the dies and the stamp set. If you wait until the brand new catalog that I can't show you the inside of, if you wait until here, you have to buy them separate. So, and you don't save the 10%. Well, you know me, I love to save money. Oh, good morning, Barbara from Arizona. You know, we moved back from Lake Havasu to Washington, rainy Washington. I don't think anyone does that. I think everyone goes the opposite direction from Washington to Arizona. Anyway, so this is the card I made on my YouTube live on Monday. And I really like this card. I thought it was so pretty. I used some gold foil, all the gold elements, some of that fancy flora. If you like this card, just look on my YouTube channel because you'll find it there. This is the card we are making today. So let me tell you, I love this card. I love a square card. But I have to also tell you, I did not like the little yellow dots I put underneath this those lightning bugs. Just didn't really care for that very much. So I'm going to say that I made it again, and I didn't really like the pool party. So I made it again. This time I used the fresh Freesia. I did tone on tone, and I didn't put the little yellow dots underneath. So now, just because I am who I am, I thought we'd try it with yellow on the next card. I tried it with Smoky Slate. I tried it with Gray Granite. I have to tell you that I did not like the gray because the fireflies or lightning bugs, whatever you call them, look too buggy, which I know is just ridiculous, but they just looked too buggy. In fact, I'm just going to grab a piece of white and I'm going to show you. I even grabbed some crumb cake thinking, oh, I'll like those in crumb cake. But then they really they look like flies. They just look too buggy for me. So I thought, no, can't do it. I had to make them a little bit more whimsical than that. Let me know what you think, though. Do you like the authentic buggy look? Do you like it a little bit more whimsical. Anyway, I'm always interested in your opinions. Love to hear what you think. And let's go ahead and get today's card started. I'm going to leave my sample in front of me so I can see what I'm doing. So this is a square card. Really, it does not get any easier than this. We're going to cut a piece of thick basic white. We're going to go 4 1/4. And just bring it down. And then what I love about the Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer is we have the arm that comes out. I'm going to bring this over to 8 1/2 inches, and we're going to score our thick basic white. Cut. We're going to cut our thick basic white at 8 1/2. I'm going to bring this arm down again and come to 4 1/4. And now we're going to score. That's our card base. It really doesn't get any easier than that. We have a nice square card. Now these will mail in your standard medium envelope. No extra charge, nothing else. Works out well. Yeah, see, Tammy, I agree with you. Otherwise, nope. They just look so much, I mean, look. So just so you can compare it. This one looks really buggy, doesn't it? So anyway, and anyone who's known me for more than a minute knows I am not a giant bug fan. So for me, you know, that's pretty much out. So I keep all my scraps just tucked in actually freezer bags. So I'm going to cut this just 1/4 inch on shorter than my card base. So I'm going to go strictly a 4 by 4 here. Again, not a ton of supplies here, honestly, but some fun techniques. So I'm really anxious and happy to share those with you. Okay, let me move this one out of the way. Sponge daubers. Do you have sponge daubers? We sell them in the annual catalog. These are great. I thought first, well, how many layers do I actually want on this card? And I thought, you know, I just didn't want to bulk it up too much. I knew I was bouncing these up on dimensionals. Knew I was going to have somewhat of a busier background. So I thought, well, and I didn't have, I thought, well, I could rough up the edge of this with the bone folder to kind of give it a little bit more interest. And then I thought, well, I'm just going to go back to basics here. And I grabbed my sponge dauber, put it on the end of my finger, and I just am going to give some interest to the edge of this cardstock here. This is really all you do. Sometimes I go over it 2 or 3 times to get the look I want. But basically, I want to darken the edge. I'm using Fresh Freesia cardstock and Fresh Freesia ink. And you can see it's okay. I actually, where that's kind of gone over, that's the look I'm actually going for with this card. This is kind of a whimsical card. I also know who this card is for. It's for a young lady who's graduating from high school. And I know she loves the color purple. So, you know, when you have somebody in mind who, you know, kind of has a whimsical personality, and what colors they like, you could actually just conform this card, design it for the way and you want it and the colors you enjoy. Ta-da, there we go. There's our background. Doesn't get too much easier than that. I absolutely love the stamps. In this stamp set, you get 3 of these circles. You get different types of leaves, greenery. Here are your sparkles, and look, if you look at the detail on this, and I don't know if you can actually see it in the screen, there's little lightning bugs in between there. I love the sentiments. Perfect. Let me show you the dies real quick. So the real star of the show, you know, these will cut out your greenery and your lightning bugs. You can even make your own lightning bug. It has the dies to do that. The star of the show for me, though, is the lantern. Absolutely love it. Let me show you again in the card I made before. Love, love, love the lantern. So this set was kind of a must-have for me. I grew up on the East Coast, and I have to tell you that I absolutely, we used to catch these lightning bugs on a summer's evening, so way fun, right? So I'm using the large the large one right here, the large circle, and I'm eyeballing. If you have followed me for any length of time, you know I'm not overly fussy. I eyeball everything. If you are a person that likes things absolutely centered and just perfect, oh, I don't know what happened there. Anyway, it's going to be covered up with our greenery. Must be a little just spot in that cardstock. Okay, so I'm going to move this one out of my way so I don't stick my finger in it. Now, for the fun part, we're going to do a little heat embossing. The kit is carrying over. So I'm going to use my embossing buddy here. All this does is help with the static. If you don't have one, in the past, I have used like a Swiffer, like, you know, those Swiffer duster things. I have used a used dryer sheet. But this embossing kit is really amazing, and if you like to emboss, I think it's well worth purchasing. All right, let me grab my Versamark. I'm using this one, this fun one right here. And I hope I'm not too close to the screen. Anyway, I always say I give the daily weather report in Washington, and it is a glorious early spring day here. Just beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to hold this for a second because I want to make sure that Versamark really goes down. What is sticking? This must have been an older piece of cardstock. Anyway, it's fine. It'll be fine. But normally the cardstock doesn't pick up like that. It must have gotten dried out. Maybe this is a piece I moved from Arizona where everything dried out. Anyway, this is the embossing kit. So it comes with this, it comes with the embossing buddy, and it comes with some tweezers, which I have here somewhere on my desk. They're somewhere around. Anyway, let's get this base. I'm using white embossing powder. Okay, let's get that on there. Just give that tap, tap. And you can see how well that comes together. I warmed up my heat tool this morning, so that should be ready for us to go. If you get a little bit on the side, it's okay. And it also comes with a brush. You can just take your fingertip or a brush and wipe off that little bit of an edge. So it is the embossing. The heat tool is a little noisy, so if noise bothers you, just turn down your volume for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and do it underneath the camera just so you can see it as it starts to melt, the difference it makes. Let me make sure I'm in screen. So on the YouTube video, I actually did this embossing and it turned out beautiful, but I did it completely not in camera. Which, so you can see it start to melt, which I thought was so funny when I watched my replay. I thought, oh, typical Colleen move there. Did it all off screen. So sometimes, you know, when we do things on screen, you know, when we're doing our live videos, they don't turn out as perfect as when we're not on camera. So that's always kind of funny to me because, you know, I'm so particular and kind of like things a certain way when I'm not, you know, when I'm just in my craft room all by myself, just enjoying. And then I get on here and it's just like, oh, I all of a sudden forget what I'm doing. So anyway, let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment in fresh Freesia. And then we're going to, I'm just going to let that set for a minute. And then we're going to finish stamping that. So I am using the Follow Your Dreams sentiment. And I'm going to pop this right down here. I'm doing very matchy-matchy. I love this double oval punch, and it is carrying over. So yay, yay, yay on that one, right? I love when our favorites carry over to the catalog. Okay. Ta-da! And I'll save this piece for something else. Let me scooch this out of the way. I am going to grab back my sponge dauber, and some of that leftover ink is on there yet, so I'm not even going to re-ink it. I'm just going to come around and go like this. Do you know that you can wash these sponge daubers and you can also rinse out your blending brushes? I use just a little bit of detergent, dish soap detergent, and I just run them under water, and it actually works perfectly. So if you are thinking, oh, I don't want to buy one for every color, you don't have to. I tend to do color families, and you can wash them out. This is the one I'm using here, right there. So let's go ahead and grab our parakeet party and put some greenery on this card. So next week, the new catalog, the new annual catalog goes live. How excited is everybody? Are you super excited? I am. I mean, oh, so I'm going to be, look, let me get this is why I keep these wipes in my room. Let me get that. I'm super excited. Of course, I am waiting for my order to get here. So excited to show you the new colors, some product. Super, it's a gorgeous catalog with great products. A lot of things actually carried over, I think a lot of things carried over from the mini and from previous. So I was also happy to see that. All right, so then I kind of just line this up here with this other one. I wanted to follow the curve of this part of the embossing. I wanted to have it follow that curve down there. Move that out of the way. I am just going to pop this part over here on dimensionals. Kind of doing this card all a little scattered and a little backwards. But, you know, here we only need 2. Let's bounce this one up on some dimensionals. You could put a ribbon there, but I honestly felt like this card was busy enough that I didn't need all of that. All right, let's grab our glue, and then we're gonna put our lightning bugs on and some embellishments, and then call it good. So you can see this card comes together very, very quickly. But I think it has a lot of fun elements in it. I mean, you get to do some sponge daubing, you get to do some embossing, get to play around with a number of the stamps in the set. And so I think that makes it very fun. And I really just like the look of it. Okay, so I have these yellow ones already cut. Let me show you here. I ran these through the die cutting machine earlier today. But, so I used a small one, a medium one, and the large one. And these ones fit just like that. So when you stamp, it just makes it so easy. There's no fussy cutting these little fireflies or lightning, just easy peasy. So again, I think just for these dies, I absolutely love, love, love this set. And you actually get 14 dies and 14 stamps. So I think it's a good value. All right, so dimensional. And I want this one to set up here. Oh, let's turn them just a little bit. It's a him, her, I don't know. Anyway, let's go like that. Oh. But I covered up the dreams before it sticks too much. There we go. Oh, I love that. And now let's grab, I had some little dimensionals, mini dimensionals. So you can see, sometimes when you die cut, you'll get that little ridge there. If that bothers you, just take your bone folder and smooth it out. It's not a big deal. Sometimes on these smaller dies, you'll get that little ridge. Nothing to worry about. Certainly not a defect in the die. It's just a small die cut, and that's all there is to it. Okay, let's go like this. And let's go ahead and I want to follow the little trail there. I think I'm going to maybe have that one go down a little bit. And then this one we're going to have coming up a little bit over here. So you'll have to let me know what you think about this card. I think it's super easy, super fun. Make a great birthday card, and mine is for a graduation card. Okay, so this is it. That's all there was to it. So we have the one here with the Fresh Freesia tone on tone. This has the Daffodil Delight. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put the embellishments on. Let me grab those. I'm going to stick with my basic rhinestones. Oh, and then, of course, I moved it, and there's the tweezer. And then I had the one here that I used Pool Party and put the little yellow glow behind the lightning bug. But I thought I didn't really like that as much. So you'll have to let me know what you think. Let's put the embellishments on. So this was a quick video today, right? I mean, boy, it sure didn't take any time to make this card. Let's pop this up. I will have this all blogged and photos up later, but honestly, so easy. 4 1/4 inches by 8 1/2. Here, score it 4 1/4. Your Fresh Freesia's 4 inches by 4 inches. It does not. Oh, hi, Joan. Thanks for popping in, and Wendy. This doesn't, the measurements just don't get any easier than that. If you want to add an inside panel, that would also be 4 by 4. So let me know. Pool Party for the Fireflies, Daffodil Delight, or the Fresh Freesia. I really have no idea. All I know is that I did not like the colors. I didn't like the gray, the smoky slate, or the crumb cake because they looked too much like bugs to me. Which of course they are. So let me know, do you like them to look all buggy? Or anyway, you can tell I got up at 3:30 this morning with that dog, and I am seriously had some lack of sleep. So you guys have a great, great day. Thanks for popping in today. Try and catch me Monday at 3 p.m. Over on YouTube, and I'll be back at my regular time next Thursday. Anyway, have a great day.